Okay, so this is a tutorial for adding custom music into Mario Superstar Baseball using Dolphin. Now, a few things. First is that you're going to need the Dolphin emulator beyond 5.0. I'm going to show you an option that 5.0 doesn't have, so you can just go to Dolphin website, download the latest version. It should work. You'll also, of course, need the Mario Superstar Baseball ISO. You'll need Audacity or some other audio editing software. For this demonstration, I'll be using Audacity. We also need the Gamecube SDK. That is the development kit. We'll be encoding a file into the ISO and the files of the game. It'll make sense once we get there. And of course, the songs that you'll be converting. So first things first, go ahead and open Dolphin, right? Make sure you have it set up so Dolphin is reading the ISOs from a folder. I'm pretty sure there is a way to do it. If you don't know, please look it up. So Dolphin is already reading these ISOs in this folder. So before we begin anything, just go ahead to the folder that you have all the ISOs that Dolphin is reading from. Let's just add a new folder, and let's just call it, in this case, MSB extract. Now that that's out of the way, let's close that. Now, big thing, and this is what Dolphin 5.0 does not have. So we're going to go over to Mario Superstar Baseball, right-click, Properties. Then we're going to go over to File System and over to Disk, Extract Entire Disk. And we're just going to go ahead and put it in MSB Extract, the folder that we just made in our Games folder for Dolphin. There we go. And now it's just going to go in that folder. So it's a lot better organized. You'll know that it works when you see another sort of ISO pop up, and it's 0.00 bytes. So now that we know that it worked, now we're going to examine the files of the game so you can understand what we're working with today. So let's go to MSB extract. We're going over to we're going to files. We're going to SND sound. We're going to my sound, right? These are the audio files that we have access to currently. It does not have every audio file. It does not have sound effects. It does not have voice lines. Some music is missing. These are the main big ones that the game uses. And you might be wondering, okay, so what do each of them mean? I've notated some of them I know for sure. Others I do not. So we have CHA demo, challenge mode intro maybe, CHA end, gen, complete goal, map, challenge mode map, S-roll credits, victory, challenge mode win. We have Donkey, which is the stadium. Donkey Kong Jungle, home in is a home run celebration. Koopa is Bowser Castle. Mario 01 is Mario Stadium. Peach is Peach Garden. Replay is the replay jingle that they play when the game's showing you replay. Result is the results post game. Star 01 is a star ability and a minigame. Star 03 is a funky star ability and minigame. Toy is Toy Field. Wario is Wario Palace. Yoshi is Yoshi Park. Okay, so now that we understand what these files mean, you don't have to notate this, but just kind of examine, okay, so we're going to be replacing Mario 01 today. We're going to be replacing the audio track of Mario Stadium. And we're just going to look at this, and we're going to remember that this is, okay, 16,832 kilobytes. Okay, so after that, now we're going to focus on converting our audio file into what we need it to be. So first things first, today we're going to be using Whims of Fate from Persona 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's open up Audacity. All right, we're going to be using Audacity in order to convert the file into what the GameCube development kit needs. So since this is the case, we're just going to put Whims of Fate into Audacity. Now, this is quite important. We're going to select the track. Then we're going to go over to tracks up here, resample. We're going to resample it to 48,000 hertz. The GameCube SDK only reads either 48,000 or 32,000. Since it reads 48,000, you might as well do 48,000 because it's a better quality of audio. So we're just going to convert it. It's going to take a moment. Now, we're also going to go over to Format by clicking up here, going over to Format and changing it to 16-bit PCM. This is also going to take a moment. As you can see, yeah, not responding, but it's just loading. Okay, now it's 16-bit PCM. It's also 48,000 hertz. Now, this is actually really important. This is something that I got stuck on for a while. So when you're exporting the track, you're going to want to make sure that it remains at 48,000 hertz. Doing so, you're going to go over to project rate down here, and you're going to go over to 48,000 hertz. Now, for sure, not only the audio file right here is 48,000, but it being exported will also become 48,000. Now that we're done here, we're going to export as WAV. Okay, and then we are going to put this bad boy into, let me just Dolphin shortcut. Here we go. Actually, no, forgive me. We're actually just going to go ahead and put it in music. It's going to make our lives a little bit easier. Let's just name it a different track for, once again, sanity. Let's just call it Whims 2. Okay. Now it's going to be WAV signed 16-bit PCM. Let's save that. Audacity may ask you if it wants to keep all the information of the song, like the artist and stuff like that. Big deal. You can press OK. It's going to be irrelevant to the fact. Now, we have done so. So as you can see, this is the new file, right? Also, if we look at the properties, if you want, you can check. You can see that it's a WAV file instead of an MP3. Now that we're done with that, we're going to want to use now the Gamecube SDK. This is where things get a little bit complicated, but it is figure outable. So once we open the folder that is the Gamecube SDK 1.0, we're going to go x86, then into bin. Okay, as you can see, there are a bunch of applications that you're not able to use, but how we are going to use them is that we're going to run what's called command prompt. If you don't know what command prompt, it is an application that every computer has that runs files and numbers and applications, etc., etc. So what we're going to do is we are going to put dtk make right here, okay, and we're just going to drag it into the command prompt. All right. Now, let me show you once we enter and once we try to run this program with nothing in it. So see, basically, it'll show you how to use the program. So we're going to just like ignore this piece of information right here because you're just going to drop in the program and then hit like spacebar and then start putting in your files, or rather just one singular file. So let's just ignore that. And so once you put in this, you can put in the input file, which is the WAV file that you're going to encode, which in this case is Whims of Fate. Then we're going to put output file afterwards, which is the ADPCM file to write, which we are overwriting Mario Stadium. So now, once again, we are going to, give me one moment, we are going to drag dtk make right there. Okay. Now, after that, we will also be putting in Whims. I think a good way to do this, if you don't want to drag it, you can go over here, copy path, make sure there's a space between the two, and then you can Control V or paste. As you can see, I just put in the song. Now, this is the input file, and now we're going to put in the ADPCM file that we're going to overwrite. So we're going to go back into the file that's in the games folder, which is the MSB extract. We're going to go over here to Mario 01. We're going to copy path, and then we're going to do the same thing as we did with Whims of Fate. We're going to paste it right there. Now, if everything up to this point has been done correctly, you can just press enter, and it'll show you, if you did it correctly, that it is encoding. This is going to take roughly 20 to 30 seconds, or let's see. Okay, so it looks like it did something wrong. No decompress output file, specify program terminated, but that's because we didn't fulfill option file, output file to optional WAV file to write decoded ADPCM. So you could sort of, if I'm not mistaken, you could sort of switcheroo, put the WAV file into the output and put the output into the input. But this, you'll know it worked correctly if we look at the kilobytes, it's now 10,400 kilobytes. So that means something has been replaced here. So now we can go back into Dolphin, and we can load this version of the game. Because this is the original file, we're loading the extracted basically file system, Mario Superstar Baseball. So I'm going to put this over here, and we're going to show you that this has worked. It's going to just take a minute to get through. Unfortunately, there is no music track that is available to change for the main menu. So that is just something that's going to have to be dealt with. Okay, so once again, we have overwritten Mario Stadium. As you can see, the game is now playing Whims of Fate from Persona 5.